know your area of expertise particularly is kumite, but you know kata as much as anybody.
I've, I've certainly been watching Premier League level kata for over a decade, so happy to be here and be able to watch this close.
We have some amazing athletes in the kata division, and I have to say, Anthony Wu has really excelled himself. He came, arguably, some people didn't expect him to get through the round robin because you know from kumite point of view how difficult that is.
Mm-hmm. Especially such a young age, and sometimes even an unexpected country, right? A country that maybe you don't see in excelling in kata every day. That just proves how good his kata was to make it to this point.
Exactly. His choice of kata is Anan from Shitoru style, and he's up against Raul Martin Romero, who will be performing Chibana no Koshanku. So, although Tom, you are a kumite player, do you have a favorite kata? Do you?
Well, not only am I a kumite player, but you also brought a wado guy here to your kata session. So, unfortunately, we're not very well known for our katas, but my favorite kata is a wado kata. It's Shinto.
Shinto. Yes, Shinto. And wado kata is fantastic. I started my karate in wado many years ago. Too many to remember.
Now he's also the junior world champion.
Phenomenal ability.
I think that kind of experience does go a long way.
Yeah, so he's certainly no newcomer to the big stage. And it's interesting that when you get youngsters who make that transition from the junior ranks to the senior ranks, there's some surprises. They don't expect to do so well, and they often surpass our expectations.
Yeah, that threshold in kumite usually has a lot more to do with, hitting right at the senior level, a little bit more contact being awarded as points. And for kata, I just would imagine it's the years advantage, multiple years work that these seniors have on you for the workouts they've been doing.
Yes.
But he doesn't look like he's behind.
He certainly doesn't, and he's not, he's attacking this kata.
Yeah, well done.
And if you are unfamiliar with kata, there are individual and team events. And in the team event, there are 3 players, and you would get an opportunity to see what some of these moves mean when they perform bunkai. But that doesn't happen in the individual. But I can assure you that all of the techniques in a kata has a specific meaning. And they have to be performed to a strict criteria. So the second kata we'll see is Chibana no Koshanku, and this is from Raul Martin Romero of Spain, 23 years of age. He was 3rd in Salzburg in the Karate1A series in 2024. He hasn't won a Karate1 Premier League medal yet. This could be his day, Tom.
Well, I know he's feeling good because he beat the world champion to get out of his pool.
Well, that's no mean feat, is it? Let's be honest.
Once you hit something like that, a mark like that, you're competing pretty free.
You can see why he may well have beaten the world champion Ali Safaoglu of Turkey. Is this an athlete who perhaps could replace that fantastic kata player Damien Quintero?
Oh man, those are some shoes to fill, but I'm sure anybody that's coming up in Spain would be up to the challenge, right? Probably has his support back at home too.
Well, Spain is a country, isn't it, Tom, that's got a rich history of success in kata. Sandra Sanchez, Olympic champion, double world champion, 8 times continental champion. Damien Quintero, of course, in that same era as Kuno Rio, 4 times world champion. So difficult when you're in this time period with someone who was so exceptionally talented as Kuno. Another time Quintero would have been world champion. More than once.
Now, I saw a small stumble earlier, but I think, you know, his strength and speed, that jump, I mean, who knows if that's enough to make up for something like that.
Well, it can be a foul if it's a loss of balance, a slight loss of balance, but it is only a small minor error. But it will be taken into consideration by the judges, 7 of which are seated just at the back of the tatami. Very solid performance, Tom.
Yeah.
I don't want to put you on the spot and ask you to choose red or blue, but if you wish to, you're welcome to.
I think barring, depending how much they weigh that slight stumble, I mean, I think Spain
you would go for
pretty
blue.
Strong here.
You would go for Spain. We'll see in a moment if you're right, Tom. Those scores will be revealed on the graphic at the bottom of the screen in just a moment. And we'll go through those as they appear. The highest and lowest are taken away, and it's the balance that's the score. Let's have a look. 8-3, 7-3, 8-3, 7-5, 7-9,
Wow.
8-4, 8, 8-4, 8, 8-4, 8-2, 8-5, 8-3, convincing win, 8-5, 8-7. Table was turned in that last one. 42 against 40.4. Could have been across the
Now I lost that choice, but I'm always happy to see countries that you don't expect perform so well.
But there was a very good performance of the kata. Anthony Wu is going to be a talent, that's for sure, coming up.
Yeah.
And as you say, Sweden not renowned for kata players, generally speaking. Just a chance to have a look at some of the action from that performance.
That's such a good feeling too when you're 19 years old and you really don't have much to lose, right? You're new to the scene, but you have high expectations. You're a junior world champion. That's a cool to see.
And at that age, with that mentality, you're ready to take on the world, aren't you? We're looking for our second world title. And this is between Japan and Japan. Now this is a nation with phenomenal record of producing world-class kata players.
Winning red, coming from Japan, please welcome Machida Yasuhiro.
Machida Yasuhiro, 26 years of age, will be performing the kata papure. He was a silver medalist in Paris in January. This is how he qualified for the go back.
And calling now our wearing blue from Japan as well. Please welcome Moto Kazumasa.
9 years ago, a World Games gold medalist. He's going to perform the kata at Goju-Shou. He was a bronze medalist in Paris in 2025 in the Karate1 Premier League. So I have Shotokan in this particular match. Goju-Shou from Moto Kazumasa.
Been watching the Moto brothers for, gosh, yeah, years now.
Exceptional.
They're always
talent.
so consistent. They never disappoint. And I haven't been able to watch Machida in person, but from what I gather, and I have, United States also has a very good kata track record.
Absolutely.
And from what
Kozaki and Torres.
Oh, yeah.
Ariel Torres will be going for gold later.
Oh, yeah, and I have plenty to say on that. But from what I gather from my teammates, Machida shows exceptional speed. So he's known for, really coming onto the scene here with how quickly he can take the step and how quickly, not just how much he can accelerate, but the deceleration, right? Stopping yourself after going that fast. So it's just twice as impressive.
And he's happy to take the risk, isn't he? Because there is risk
Absolutely.
in those fast to slow movements.
Risking that balance.
Yeah, Papua is a lovely kata to watch. And it does have key areas of balance and explosive technique.
Of course, speed is only valuable if you know how to show it and use it and not do everything fast. So he's doing the slower movements so fluid and well that it really highlights when he does turn on the jets.
Yes, turn on the jets. I like that. Exceptionally quick turn, wasn't it?
Gosh.
Very, very good, wasn't it? And those balance positions, and particularly thinking that the mats are quite soft, and to hold that balance, he did incredibly well. Impressive. That was the performance from Machida, Yasuhiro. His opponent, Moto Kazumasa, getting ready to come onto the tatami. Gojo Shihosho, the choice of kata. And in this, watch for the speed of transition into the straddle stance, so the kibadachi stance. Three times he's been Karate1 Premier League gold medalist. 14 times he's been a bronze medalist.
Wow.
And 4 times silver. Massive track record of success on the tatami. Moto Kazumasa.
I know we're talking about Machida's speed, but he's looking fast too.
He's exceptionally quick. He goes into that fast transition.
So solid.
And just stops perfectly. Toward the end of the kata. Impressive, wasn't it, Tom?
Absolutely. As it has been for years. If he shows up to a tournament,
yes,
he's in a medal match.
First time I saw him was in Sweden, funny enough. And he was just coming up through the junior ranks, and he was a standout athlete then, and he's a standout athlete now. Do you want to go for it again?
This time I'm biting my tongue, but I'll offer it to you if you want to take it. I'm saving everything I got for the next round.
I will follow the graphic. 8-2, 8-5, 8-2,
Oh, we can see where it's going.
8-2, 8-5, 8-3, 8-6. 8-3, 8-6 is convincing. 8-5, 8-8. A clean sweep. 8-6, 8-8. 43 points. And the bronze medal goes to Moto Kazumasa.
Who plays the bronze medal here? Congratulations to him.
获胜方蓝方来自日本。
Decisive win. Fantastic performance from Moto Kazumasa. remind ourselves, though, that these are the bronze medal bouts.
That's right. The big one is here now.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the final bout of this category.
Here's your teammates.
Here we go, baby.
Ariel Torres, the pianist from the United States, Olympic bronze medalist. 7 times he's been the Karate1 Premier League bronze medalist. The latest one was in Paris. But he is up against a tough cookie in Nishiyama Kakeru. Kakeru, the grand winner of 2024. He was first in Paris, so he's showing his consistency once again. 10 Karate1 Premier League gold medals he's won.
Other Premier standing number 2 of the world ranking, bronze medal in Paris last January. He's the current Pan-American champion. Please welcome Ariel Torres.
Let's go, buddy.
红方运动员来自美国。
This was his journey on the road to the gold medal bout.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready. This is the one. Oh, yeah.
Number 1 of the current standing, number 1 of the world ranking, gold medal in
This is one of those times where, okay, you have a guy, you have a champion here who did it all last year. He's on fire. But Ariel's got nothing to lose here, you know?
He's not expected to win, is he?
Oh, yes, he is. I'm telling you right now, this is the one.
This is it.
This is the one.
Okay. So we have Orlandai against Kabala no Kushaku.
medal match is ready.
Torres to go first.
I've been watching Ariel for years, and there are few people that you see come from the Tokyo Games that got better, right? And now he took his bronze, yet that wasn't his peak. He's still getting better. He's still putting in the effort to find ways to improve himself, which for Kata can be so hard at this level.
Absolutely. But he's still only 27.
Right.
And Sandro Sanchez was world champion at 39.
Wow. Yep.
So the longevity in kata players surpasses Kumite in general terms.
That surprises me because their training is a beating. The amount of demand on their bodies. Yeah.
Once more you see that rapid explosion of technique and that very slow, controlled movement.
I think it was his second round against Japan in pool. And I've been watching him for a long time. And everyone saw Japan go and was saying this is going to be close. And I just watched him even go head-to-head, same kata. He, even in my opinion, I've been watching him a long time, hit a new tier yesterday in that moment.
Right.
And he's keeping it going here.
And it looks as though he's brought that onto the mat now.
that display of balance. He made a point.
And right in front of the judges.
That's what it takes. You gotta take the risk here.
Exactly.
So I'm glad he's doing it. He's all in. Go, man.
Wow. And the bow finishes the kata. So it's just down to the judges to put the scores in. And then it's time for the grand winner, Nishiyama Kakeru, who will be performing the kata Shibana no Kushanku. 10 Karate1 Premier League gold medals. Is this going to be his 11th? Or is it going to go to Ariel Torres? Well, that performance from Torres was exceptional. Another very impressive kata. Once more, plenty of risk in the speed and the transition.
Well, and that's what the athletes are saying, is just consistency. Yeah, he's always going to show up. He's always going to be there.
Like all sport at the highest level, the real exceptionally talented athletes make it look so easy, but it's so difficult.
Well, and I mean, that's because on this stage at this point, this is the easy part.
All the work's being done.
No, yeah, and the work, it was treacherous. So for what they've been putting in, this really is the autopilot, easy part. They're flowing, they're doing their thing.
Yep.
If you're too involved at this point, if you're thinking too much,
It's not, yeah,
it'll get in your way.
it's not happening, is it?
You have to just rely on your training and let it go.
And with the difference between kata, they are completely in control. They are in control of their destiny. They know what they're doing. They know where they're going. Kumite is an unknown, isn't it? We'll get on to that in a moment.
Interesting. I always kind of sometimes think of it as, you know, the opposite almost. In Kumite, I can at least put my hands on it. You know, I have somewhat
It's
say.
tangible.
Yeah. But I like the way you look at it. That's interesting. There certainly are variables in both.
That was a brilliant performance of the kata, and we're going to await the scores now, and I won't put you on the block because obviously your heart is with your teammate Ariel Torres, but are the judges going to see it the same way?
I think so. This was the one.
Here come the scores: 8-2, 8-5, 8-4, 8-6,
That's a close one.
8-6, 8-8, 8-7, 8-8,
Oh my gosh.
8-8, 8-9. 0.1 between them.
Yeah.
8-8, 9, 9-9-4. Fantastic.
Oh!
43-3 against
Gold
44-1.
medalist, Nishiyama, Kakeru from Japan. Silver medal, Ariel Torres.
Good job, Ariel.
United States of America.
Congratulations on your final, buddy. You look great.
Fantastic, wasn't it?
获胜方兰花来自日本。
Keep building, man. You're awesome.
Kakeru had to pull out a win with kata because Ariel Torres was very, very good.
Yep. And again, he's still building. This is his first final, and you know, I think he's still got room to go.
Close